Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything going on in the world of sports. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go.
Instead of looking deep inside, every word I have to say, keep it simple.
Welcome to a very special edition of the ODPH podcast. My name is Ken M. Joining me in studio, as always, you know him. He's the co-host, statistician to the stars, man of 1,004 aliases. His name is Padawan J.
Let me talk to you. Get your popcorn ready.
Oh, indeed, because this, folks, is one of the ODPH's most legendary episodes. Every year, Pat and I break down the National Football League season to come. So we are going to be kicking off our NFL coverage with this episode. It is a two-parter, so make sure you subscribe to the ODPH on your favorite podcast player so you don't miss part 2 when it drops, because this episode is all about the AFC. We're going to be talking about rankings, predictions, maybe some fantasy football in the mix too. We kind of cover all the bases. I don't want to say spoiler warning, but...
Well, let's just say this. We cannot be held liable if you use this information to make any sort of bets at Vegas or on any various sports betting apps. However, if you do get a win, we would like a cut, please.
Yeah, indeed. Because basically, you know, we give you all this advice. We kind of have our predictions here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But if they hit, hey, we want to know about it. And especially at a certain place that we call home. Pad, what is that place?
ODPHpodcast.com.
Right on. So for everything that is the social media links, TeePublic Store, blogs, the classified section, which has friends of the show, such as 3FM Podcast, Dragon Master Games, Nerd Initiative, and more. The directory, which, Pat, how many providers are we on?
562,834.
And your source?
Trust me, bro.
And a great music section that can't be beat. If it's anything and everything that is the ODPH is there, so definitely hit us up, interact with us, let us know your predictions as well, because we have a lot to cover. So, Pad, we're in the AFC. Where do you want to start?
Why don't we start, as we always do, AFC East.
Okay.
And looking at the standings from last year, you had the Buffalo Bills win the division and the number one overall seed in no, they didn't get the number one seed. No, they didn't. Sorry, my mistake there. They got the number one. They won the AFC.
They were close.
They were close. Yes. Sorry, I was looking between what the little letters next to the logo meant and mistook the one for saying they won the conference.
I understand you're caught up with the whole Taylor Swift getting engaged to Travis Kelce. Our congratulations out to the happy couple.
Congratulations, but I'm deleting all social media for the next 9 months.
All right.
But no, the Buffalo Bills won the division, going 13-4. Miami Dolphins came in second place, going 8-9. The New York Jets came in third place, going 5-12, and the New England Patriots came in last, going 4-13.
Well, this division, I don't want to say is probably the easiest to pick, but taking my home team bias aside, the Buffalo Bills are meant to win now.
Yeah.
They are healthy. They made smart draft picks. Everything they did to upgrade their team is a step in the right direction. And even for all the cap losses that they had to suffer through, they still put together a hell of a team. They got rid of the biggest drama, which I'm fearing is going to come back and haunt them. That's James Cook's contract.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a lot that was tied up to him as far as money-wise. But if it pays off with a Super Bowl win, I don't think anybody is going to care. And I can't reiterate enough. This is the year. If they're going to do it, it has to be now, because they are not getting any younger.
No.
Josh Allen is hitting the prime era of his career. And I don't want to say he's going to get into that phase like Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay. But it's that situation that as long as he's behind center for the Bills, they have a chance to get to the playoffs.
Yeah. The Bills have been good every year, since Josh came into the league, and he's still their quarterback. They just locked up James Cook. You alluded to the contract. Contract is a 4-year, $46 million contract. There's a lot of notes with that contract, so you can look that up and read that on your own time. Some of them are kind of crazy. But they've got James Cook. They've also got the solid receiver options with Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman they've got there. They've also got the fantastic tight end Dalton Kincaid. Dawson Knox also there. Very good tight end. Their O-line, not bad. I wouldn't say it's the greatest O-line in the NFL.
Much improved, though.
Yeah, it's improved, but I'm not going to go out there and go, yeah, this is the O-line you want to look out for. They're also not the worst. They're good. And then the defense. Defense is really good. They've been good every year. You can't really complain. Yeah, there might be a little hole. There might be injuries, and that I think is ultimately, like you see with the Bills every year, when the injuries come, because it's not if, it's when. How are they going to step up? How are they going to manage? And I think they'll do well for them. I mean, you look at the rest of the AFC. As I said, Buffalo came first, Miami second, Jets third, and the Patriots fourth. Miami, I don't know if I'm going to expect the same out of them, just because it's a case of what have you done to really improve, and I don't really think they've done a whole lot. They added Darren Waller, who I believe came out of retirement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but still.
It's a whole situation. But then again, adding Darren Waller isn't exactly the missing piece to open Pandora's box. It's good for them. Their second string tight end is a gentleman by the name of Julian Hill. Third string is Tanner Connor. Fourth string is Hayden Rucci. Stop me if you're going to add any of them other than Darren Waller on your fantasy team. So it's an upgrade from what they had, which was not much at all. But then you look at the rest of the defense, and it's like, okay, like who's the guy on defense that's the captain? Minkah Fitzpatrick? Okay, that's not bad, but I'm looking at the rest of that defense and going, there's really not much scaring me.
Well, the problem that this team has, and I honestly think one coach that is definitely on the hot seat is Mike McDaniel. This team is very inconsistent for the talent they have.
Uh-huh.
And they have never really played up to this potential. They have made moves to go get players.
Sure.
I mean, remember, they signed Tyreek Hill. He was originally going to the Jets at one point.
Yeah.
He has been very disgruntled, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
And this is affecting their locker room, no matter what anybody wants to try spinning. So with Tua showing flashes of greatness when he's healthy and playing, the team has a shot.
Yeah.
But if he is out for any reason, the team falls apart.
Well, and the other thing that concerns me too, and I'm just looking at the depth chart here on ESPN.com, okay, you've got Tua. Great. Zach Wilson, okay, they've at least got a backup that's
they have a solid backup.
That's decent, in case something, God forbid, happens to Tua. Okay, running back, Devon Achane. Decent year last year. Wasn't anything stellar, but it was good. He's questionable. Jalen Rice, their second string guy, he's also questionable. So heaven forbid Achane and Wright can't go opening day. Well, then you're relying on Ollie Gordon II, which who? And then Tyreek Hill's also questionable. So, okay, you still got Waddle, but then you got to rely on Nick Westbrook, Akine, and then Malik Washington.
Well, I think that, in my opinion, they made a bad deal with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For unloading to go get Fitzpatrick. I think their tight end should have stayed there. Mm-hmm. I think that was too risky of a move. Ramsey at this stage, it doesn't matter. Ramsey's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But looking at this team on paper, nobody's really scaring you.
No.
Because the big thing is Tyreek Hill is checked out. I don't care what anybody's saying.
Tyreek Hill got the bag. That's all he cares about.
Well, no, but you heard his comments at the end of last season.
Well, yes.
And nothing has shown me that this has changed, that he's buying back in.
Yeah.
So there's obviously some friction in that locker room.
They tied in the preseason, folks.
Well, I mean, preseason is preseason, but the thing about this is the center point with this team. Mm-hmm. They've had the potential. They just have not lived up to it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think they took a downgrade at running back because Akane is great, but he's not been shown to stay healthy throughout.
No.
And I think this is a problem that they're going to see if they're going to try making him a Derrick Henry type that is an every down back, because I don't think they can pull it off.
He's good,
Oh, he's good, yeah.
He's got just over 1,700 yards rushing for his entire career, 907 of which were last year alone. He's got 14 total touchdowns, 6 of which were last year. Receiving, he's not really receiving back, but he's got a couple of yards. He's got that's targets. He's got 789 yards receiving, 592 of which were last year, and he's got 9 total receiving touchdowns, 6 of which were last year. So he's good and he's decent. Don't exactly, if you're looking fantasy, I wouldn't necessarily take him in your first couple picks in fantasy. I'd definitely see if you can wait on him and get him in the later rounds, because he's good for like a running back too, or even if you need a guy on your bench just to plug and play when you're starting running backs or on a bye week, or God forbid they get injured or something. But, I don't know if he's necessarily an every down type of guy.
Yeah, that's the problem that they have to sort out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's too late in the game for it, to be honest with you.
The window is closing, that's for sure.
Well, I think in comparison to the other teams, and we'll get into it, of the AFC East alone,
I
think the window is shut.
Uh-huh.
And I think that you're relying too much on Tua to resurrect this team and get him into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I just think that even as good as he plays when he's healthy, and trust me, when he is healthy, he is a very, very good quarterback.
Right.
I just don't think it's enough to get them to where they need to go in comparison to the Josh Allens and even to your team, Pat, which I'm going to say this right now.
Okay.
The Patriots are going to be one of the sleeper teams of the NFL this season.
Uh-huh.
And I
agree.
I fully think with Mike Vrabel there, if they don't get to the playoffs this year, they will next year.
Oh, 100%.
Because the one thing he's doing is instilling that Belichick way back into the team.
Dude got at the bottom of a scrum in a joint practice.
Yeah.
Between two teams.
Well,
and got cut up on his, what was it, his cheek.
Yeah, that toughness that they need.
Yeah.
He is somebody that epitomizes that.
Yeah. I mean, you got Vrabel is the head coach. McDaniels is back as the offensive coordinator. So, hey, we've actually got a guy on offense who knows what the hell he's doing for the first time in years. You know, you got Drake May entering his second year. You've got Ramondre Stevenson back for another year. You've got Travian Henderson, who I wasn't expecting much out of this kid, but holy shit, he had the game against Washington where he took the opening kickoff back to the house. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's too early and it's preseason hype, but I'm liking what I see.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's a fantasy sleeper.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right there.
Absolutely.
So make a note of that, folks.
You know, you've got Stephon Diggs, which, hey, we'll see what happens. You know, jury's out.
Well, here's the problem. He's 31, coming back off an ACL tear.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, knowing what he's done in Buffalo, him with a rookie quarterback.
Sure.
We've seen this record play before.
Uh-huh.
I don't know necessarily if this was the right move for the Patriots. Sure. I understand the move.
Sure.
I don't think, though, this will pan out long term.
Sure. But they also got Demario Douglas, who's a decent receiver there. Keyshawn Boo. I'll tell you this. You want a fantasy sleeper? I don't know. Just pick him, have him sit on your bench. Efton Chisholm III. Scrappy receiver. Think of like a Wes Welker, Julian Edelman type. Oh, my Lord. I saw some highlights, and I'm like, there might be something there. You never know. Hunter Henry back for another year. And then you've got the defense, which, boy, you ain't getting through that starting 5 or 7 on the front line of defense all that often. Good Lord.
No, the big thing that you're going to see with this Vrabel team is they're going to start playing like that Tennessee team that he had. You're going to see a lot of running. The quarterback play is going to be solid. It doesn't have to. It's a bend but don't break.
Yeah.
But their defense is only going to get better. So this season, I'm not saying yet if I'm thinking playoffs or not.
Yeah.
But I will say this. They're going to be one of the most improved teams in the league.
100%. I'm not expecting them to make the AFC Championship game. I'll give that early peek behind the curtain. I'm not even expecting, ergo, them to make the Super Bowl. You know what? But I can easily see them contending for at least a wild card spot, you know, and making some noise right to the end of the season.
They're going to scrap.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the big thing with them. They're going to scrap.
Absolutely.
And then last but not least,
oh boy,
the New York Football Jets.
Jets, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, gone. Zach Wilson, well, he's seeing ghosts somewhere else.
Yes.
Starting quarterback, at least as it appears, is going to be Justin Fields, formerly of the Chicago Bears, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers, decided to take his talents north and east up to the Meadowlands. Breece Hall still there at running back. You've got Garrett Wilson and Josh Reynolds. Also, Alan Lazard is there. And then, well, yeah, there's the rest.
Well, the thing about the Jets that we'll have to keep in mind, they're almost in the same space as the Patriots. This is a rebuilding year for them. That any win they pull off, they're almost, playing with house money.
Sure.
If you will.
Sure.
To say, like, using the casino term.
Sure.
When you can play with free money, that's what they're essentially doing because they're not expected to get anywhere. And when you see this team show up, and Aaron Glenn, who's coming over from Detroit as their defensive coordinator,
right,
he's instilling that toughness we talked about with Vrabel into a team that sorely needs an identity because the Aaron Rodgers experiment failed badly. No way around it. They had no plan B. Going and getting Justin Fields is a low risk, high reward.
Absolutely.
Because if he doesn't work out, and I don't care what anybody says about the preseason game X, Y, and Z, that he was like 1 for 6 for 4 yards.
It was something crazy.
Listen, it's preseason. I don't put that much stock into it, especially I've seen the kid play in Chicago.
I'll say Peyton Manning went winless in the preseason how many times, and then followed it up with going on an undefeated streak for like the first 10 weeks how many times?
The only thing he needs to do is play consistent.
Yeah.
And when you have Breece Hall, as long as Hall is healthy, he'll be okay. He's going to face a lot more pressure because I think the way you beat the Jets is you're going to test Fields' arm.
Uh-huh.
And not saying he has a bad arm.
No.
But
it ain't known for deep balls.
Right. But with Garrett Wilson in,
Yeah.
he does have a shot. Josh Reynolds is the number 2 there.
Yep.
Lazard, take it for what it is.
Yeah.
But he has enough weapons around him.
29 years old, 7th year out of Iowa State for Lazard.
Yeah, so he does have the players there that can definitely do some. In fact, he has a great sleeper pick in Mason Taylor, their tight end. Their second-round pick out of LSU. That's another fantasy sleeper pick right there. I think the Jets will be more competitive, and you're going to see a different look to them as the season progresses. I think September is going to be a rough month, but I think by November, pending injuries, I think this Jets team is going to show flashes of a possible future.
Could be.
So that said, that's the AFC East.
Yeah, looking at some schedules. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll just go through the first month. The Buffalo Bills open the regular season at home against the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be on Sunday Night Football.
That's box office right there.
Week 2 on the road playing the New York Jets. Jets. Week 3 at home on Thursday Night Football playing the Miami Dolphins. And then week 4 at home playing the New Orleans Saints. For the Miami Dolphins, they open the regular season on the road and playing the Indianapolis Colts. Week 2 at home against the New England Patriots. Thank God we don't got to go down there in December. I know how that goes. Week 3 on the road playing the Buffalo Bills. Again, that's on Thursday Night Football. Week 4, Monday Night Football at home against the New York Jets. For the New England Patriots, they open up the regular season at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 2 on the road playing the Miami Dolphins. Week 3 at home playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then week 4 at home playing the Carolina Panthers. For the New York Jets. Open up the regular season at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 2 is at home against the Buffalo Bills. Week 3 is on the road playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then, as I alluded to earlier, week 4 is on the road in Miami playing the Dolphins on Monday Night Football.
So a lot of great marquee matchups there.
Yeah.
So, Pat, how are we looking at the division? What's your early predictions?
So, obviously, Buffalo Bills are going to repeat.
Yep.
I think the Patriots are going to be second, and then you're going to have the Miami Dolphins third and the New York Jets last.
I am right there with you except one change.
Okay.
I am going Bills, Patriots 9-8.
Okay.
Jets, say 7-10 range.
Sure.
And I think the Dolphins are looking at a 5-12.
Ooh.
I think something's going to happen where they go on a bad losing streak, they lose a couple close ones, and that team starts imploding.
Yeah, I could see it.
So, but I think this is the Bills to win outright. I think barring any crazy injuries happening, this should be an easy one for them this season to get to the playoffs at least.
Right. Then looking at the AFC North, you had the Baltimore Ravens win that division with the record of 12-5. Pittsburgh Steelers came in second place, also clinching a playoff spot, going 10-7. The Cincinnati Bengals came in third, going 9-8, and the Cleveland Browns came in last place, going 3-14.
Well, this division has been the Ravens for quite some time.
Yeah.
We'll say one of the toughest ones in all of football. This offseason, though, and
kind of quiet.
From the draft to the first preseason game, a lot of headlines, not in the best direction, shall we say. Obviously, Cleveland having the quarterback drama, shall we say.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
With Shedeur Sanders now going to them in a 5th-round pick.
As the carousel turns.
Aaron Rodgers is now in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's a whole story.
Has not played a snap all preseason.
The crazy contracts that have been going on in Cincinnati for both offense and defense, respectively.
Yeah, what the hell is the one guy? What was it, Trey Henderson?
Yep.
Good Lord.
So that just got finalized, so he is there long term, but it's a lot of cap money tied up.
Allegedly paid him in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they did, they got it done, but still, looking at this division, we got to take a look at the Baltimore Ravens first and foremost.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what can you say about this Ravens team? They're on the cusp of making the breakthrough. They're always competitive. The only thing that I would be worried about a little bit as a Ravens fan, and I'm not saying
the sky's falling.
Right. I want to stress this. Derrick Henry is how old?
I can look it up.
I believe 31 now.
It's a lot of tread on those tires, especially when it comes to a running back.
Exactly. That worries me a little bit if they're expecting him to carry this workload like he's always done. Because eventually he has to slow down.
Derrick Henry turned 31 back in January.
Okay. So he is at that level.
He is in his, good heavens, he is in his 9th year. He was drafted in 2016.
But for everything that he's done, this could be a year that he starts, I don't want to say falling off, but slowing down.
Yeah, if we're talking, the line graph, it's going to start trending downwards. I'm not saying it's Wile E. Coyote going off of a cliff.
Right.
But it's, the skier has ridden the ski lift to the top of the mountain, and skier's got to come down.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the Baltimore Ravens are kind of in that same boat to a degree the Buffalo Bills have been, and that they've been good and they've been the perennial top of the pyramid for the AFC for how many years now? But there's been that notorious king atop the throne in the AFC the last couple of years, so they really haven't been able to do anything. And I think for a lot of things, you know what? They're good. They'll be good this year. I don't see anything different that has got cause for, you know what? They lost one too many guys and they didn't plug those holes enough. That might not be, no, they'll be fine. But I think the window is quickly closing on Baltimore because, like you said, with the AFC East, they're not getting any younger.
No, that's the big problem for them. They have Lamar Jackson, so as long as he's healthy, they're fine. Lamar is an elite quarterback.
Right.
So as long as he is there, they'll compete.
Yep.
But he needs more supporting help around him. DeAndre Hopkins at this stage is not the answer.
Nope.
Mark Andrews, if he's healthy, he's a great tight end, and I don't think enough people talk about, but the health issue is something that you can't avoid.
Especially after his performance at the end of last year.
Right. I mean, Zay Flowers and Bateman are solid wide receivers, but they're not going to take over games.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty much more of the same for Baltimore. But then again, they're known for their defense. Their defense looks solid.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they will be contending.
Oh, yeah.
And then taking a look at the rest of the North, the one that I think is the biggest question mark for me is Cincinnati.
Agreed.
Because you re-signed your elite wide receiver core. Mm-hmm. And somehow, some way they got it done.
We didn't think for a couple of years they would be able to do it, but they did it.
No, I thought they would have been smart to have traded T. Higgins,
right?
Get some picks for him, to do some rebuilding. But you have tied up so much money in between him and Jamar Chase with Burrow's contract, and then as you alluded to about Trey Hendrickson, there is a lot of cap money that they're in a weird state. This is now or never for them. Mm-hmm. I don't think they did enough to address their defense. Their offensive line has looked horrific, to put it mildly.
Yeah, you ain't wrong there.
So I don't know necessarily if this team is going to get to the playoffs. I think they're going to struggle a lot. And I think that if you're on a fantasy football league, take as many Bengals as you can because they're going to be coming from behind.
Yeah.
Or they're going to have to win games 48-35, something in that range, because honestly, this defense is not stopping anybody.
So, looking at Joe Burrow's stats from last year, the sacks are obviously a concern. 48 sacks last year, which was the second highest of his entire career. Highest was in his sophomore season in 2021, where he got sacked a whopping 51 times. So, definitely some cause for concern there. You brought up, kind of how strapped they are with cash and how much they got tied into. I pulled up their active roster cap for this season. Of their entire cap, which is quite lengthy. There's a lot of guys they're paying this year. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on that cap table. Joe Burrow with a $45.9+ million cap hit. Trey Hendrickson with a $31.6 and change million cap hit. T. Higgins with a $24 million+ cap hit, and Jamar Chase with a $23.5+ million cap hit.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Yeah, they're in trouble as far as the salary caps are going. This is a win now.
You have to.
You have to. I just don't think they have enough on the defensive side to do it, though. That's the problem.
And especially as how hard the rest of the AFC is. This isn't a case of like, okay, you can kind of coast to the postseason, know you're going to get a playoff spot, and then be able to pull off some wins in the postseason and make it to the Super Bowl. That's not a guarantee. That's not a given, especially in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, completely. I think that this is going to be a true challenge for them this season, more than they've ever had to face before, because the other two teams in this division are not really scaring anybody, and this is weird to say with Pittsburgh being involved.
Yeah, no kidding.
But now with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, and this to me, and just my opinion, screams that they did not get the free agent they wanted.
Nope.
This was a reluctant pick.
It was very late in the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of problems to be had here. Mm-hmm. And looking at their roster, I mean, nothing is really scaring you on offense per se. Aaron Rodgers is not the Aaron Rodgers of old. He's just old Aaron Rodgers.
The only thing that really scares me is that whole Aaron Rodgers, he's a bad man. Any side of the 50-yard line, he can heave it downfield. And he's got DK Metcalf, so that could be good for some plays.
It's a saving grace, but I mean,
this isn't Madden on easy mode. You can't do that every play. So, you look at the rest of it. You got Jalen Warren is going to be their starting running back. Who? Calvin Austin III, Scotty Miller are their two other wide receivers. Pat Freemuth will be good. He's their tight end. He's a stellar tight end. They've also got Jonnu Smith, who they picked up
from Miami.
Yeah, from Miami. I mean, listen, defense, I'm sure will be fine. Cameron Hayward's still there. T.J. Watt's still there. So Joey Porter Jr. still there. Jalen Ramsey's there, but it's Jalen Ramsey at how old these days? So I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference maker. But when you've got Cameron Hayward, T.J. Watt, and Joey Porter Jr. there, you don't need to be Jalen Ramsey of old. So the defense will be fine, as is often the case with Pittsburgh. It's that offense that you don't know what you're going to get out of them.
Jalen Ramsey hasn't been anything since he left Jacksonville.
Jalen Ramsey, looked it up, 30 years old, turns 31 at the end of October.
Yeah, he's not an impact player anymore.
He likes to think he is.
Oh, well, I'm sure.
But I like to think I'm the king of England. Doesn't make it true.
Exactly. This situation is going to be a very, very tough one for Mike Tomlin to have that over 500 record streak he has.
And yet somehow the last couple of years he's squeaked by.
Well, it proves how great of a coach he is.
Oh, 100%.
Because he makes stuff happen out of nothing. And with this team, he's going to have to. But the big problem I think he's going to have is Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Because Aaron Rodgers, love him or hate him for what he's done over his career. Because like in Green Bay, he was a legendary quarterback.
Oh yeah, was a walk into any bar and not have to buy a drink kind of guy.
Yep. He always did things his way, and Green Bay tolerated a lot and let it go.
Oh, yeah, they did.
So in that situation, you can't really, tell them that you're going to run a new system and do anything like that. Mm-hmm. So they have to kind of play around with this. Well,
and the other thing you got to wonder, too, is things are good now, and he's got all the respect in the world for Tomlin right now. Remember what happened during his time in Green Bay towards the end? Can't really judge the New York Jets days because, well, he missed an entire season, and then for the second season it was garbage anyway, so I don't think he cared all that much. But some of those last years in Green Bay, all right, run this play. I don't think I will.
Yeah, no, everything was completely up in the air about that.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they pull some magic out of somewhere, they're looking at a sub-500 team.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the only thing might be saving grace per se is Caleb Johnson, their rookie running back out of Iowa, third-round pick. He might be a spark to that offense, and they go back to old-school Steeler football, which is just run the ball.
Yeah.
But then again, it depends on how much Rodgers cares and where his head's at these days.
Right.
Because it's pretty much heavily alluded this is it. This is the final
That's the way it's sounding, but hey, weirder things have happened.
Right. So, I mean, even with DK Metcalf there, I don't know. I just don't see it being enough. Like, I think they'll steal a couple games they shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, never mind.
And then there's the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
oh, boy.
Oh, boy. From the drama with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Which we all forget about now because of the draft, even though they did the smart thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this. Cleveland did the smart thing by not taking Shedeur Sanders in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, their other first-round pick they took instead, not so much.
Yeah.
Jury is still out.
He's currently listed as a second-string starter.
Yeah, Mason Graham there. Yeah, it's a lot debatable. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, their quarterback they took from Oregon, I don't know. I mean, that was one I think they I don't want to say they panicked.
I don't think they knew what they were doing, and it got down to the end of the time for them to make a pick, and they just submitted a name.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, I think Sanders should have been taken there.
Yeah.
But I think that they didn't like what they saw from his play in college.
No. And you've seen some of that in the play during the preseason, which he had that, I think it was the third game, he had that awful series where he tried his patented spin move out of the pocket, and it just got eaten alive, and everyone's like, well, it's preseason. Okay, but it was preseason against like third-string guys.
Yeah.
Who are more than likely, awful as this might sound for me to say, more than likely might not make the team come regular season.
Oh, completely.
If you're as good as you say you are, you should be eating them for lunch.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. He still has to learn.
Yep.
So I think the Browns made a steal about getting him because if he pans out, they're going to have a franchise quarterback on their hands.
And they've got him locked up for next to nothing.
Yeah. So they have a solid base for their quarterbacks, depending on how Gabriel pans out. I'm not impressed with him either.
Yeah.
But then again, I've never been impressed with Oregon quarterbacks. And I think that much like USC and Alabama, they're great because of the system they're in. Mm-hmm. But looking at the rest of the team, I mean, nobody is scaring you on this offense. David Njoku is the only bright side to this team. We know Nick Chubb is no longer there.
Yep.
So
Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, and Jamari Thrash are their starting wide receivers.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeudy, good for like a flex position or wide receiver 2 or 3 in your fantasy team, but not a number 1 guy.
Right. I mean, Cleveland's defense has always been low-key solid.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but with Myles Garrett staying after the whole drama going on with his contract.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland is Cleveland. This is not going to be their year.
Nope.
I think they'll have a new head coach by the start of next season.
I'd say by Christmas.
Well, it depends. It depends. If they can somehow steal some games here and there, they might buy some time.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think long term he's gone.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, Stefanski's gone. So I don't even worry about that.
So for these teams, the first month of the season, you've got the Baltimore Ravens opening the regular season, as I alluded to, Sunday Night Football up in Buffalo playing the Bills. Week 2, they're at home against the Cleveland Browns. Week 3, boy, you talk about a marquee matchup. At home, Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions.
Oh, boy.
And then week 4 is on Sunday. On the road, this will be an afternoon game, and guaranteed this will be on in most of the country. On the road, playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So then you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who open the regular season on the road, playing the Cleveland Browns. Week 2 is again at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 3 is on the road, playing the Minnesota Vikings. Week 4 on the road, playing the Denver Broncos. That'll be on Monday Night Football. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they open the regular season on the road, playing the New York Jets. Week 2 is against the Seattle Seahawks at home. Week 3 is on the road, playing the New England Patriots. Week 4, technically a home game against the Minnesota Vikings, but as you should note when you look at the schedule, it's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern and it's on NFL Network. It's because it's over in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
Technically a home game when they're across the darn ocean. And then for the Cleveland Browns, they open the regular season up at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh my God, this opening stretch. Open up at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 2 is on the road playing the Baltimore Ravens. Week 3 is at home against the Green Bay Packers. Week 4 is on the road playing the Detroit Lions. Good luck, Cleveland.
Well, I will say this. If you want to take a couple things into factor,
okay,
they could steal the Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
Baltimore, they will give a run for the money. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're going to get blown out. Mm-hmm. I still think they lose, but that'll be a lot closer than anybody realizes. Green Bay, well, we'll talk about that in the next episode. And then same thing with Detroit. So, I mean, realistically, I could see them going 1-3 in that stretch.
Sure.
But we'll have to kind of wait to see about that.
So then for rankings and who finishes where, obviously it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens division, barring something happening to Lamar Jackson, which I'm not wishing on anybody. Then I'm going to say it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, and then I'm going to say it's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
I agree with you on everything. I think that this is Baltimore's to run away with. They're going to be a number 1 seed contender. I see them going either 13-4 or 12-5, depending. And then, honestly, that rest of the division, including Cincinnati, I don't see them doing anything more.
No.
I think the defensive woes of Cincinnati are going to come into focus. I think that offensive line is going to let Joe Burrow down in a couple crucial key plays. Yeah, like I say, it's not as great as everybody's saying with the Bengals.
No.
And we'll have to see if they prove us wrong, but I don't think they're going to.
Probably not.
So that being said, we've broken down the AFC North and the East. Hit us up on the hashtag ODPH pod. We're going to come back and talk the South and the West in this AFC NFL 2025 preview special edition.
Do you like comic books?
What about movies and TV shows?
Well, we may be the show for you.
We're Hops Geek News, a weekly podcast that discusses comics, movies, and TV shows while featuring a beer of the week.
Every week we chat about what we messed up on the week before, and then we dive into what we're reading and watching, as well as some news.
We then wrap it up with a geek-themed topic of the week.
You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts by searching Hops Geek News.
Cheers.
The content you are listening to is part of the Nerd Initiative Podcast Network. For more info about the home of pop culture positivity, be sure to check out nerdinitiative.com.
Coming back for the second half of our AFC NFL 2025 preview edition on the ODPH podcast. Last segment, we talked the AFC East and the AFC North. Now let's take a trip to the South Pad and let's break it down.
Yeah, so last season you had the Houston Texans win the division going 10-7. Indianapolis Colts came in second place going 8-9. Jacksonville Jaguars came in third place going 4-13. And the Tennessee Titans came in last going 3-14.
Well, a couple storylines going on in this division.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the biggest one, I think, is what's going on in Indianapolis.
Oh, buddy.
With a quarterback change that we will see what happens. But until then, I think this has been relatively quiet. I know there's a lot of noise going on with Jacksonville, the new head coach, and what they did in the draft. But still, this is Houston's division to run.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's been any crazy change there. C.J. Stroud is still at the helm. Third year, so we're going to have to see if teams have fully figured him out. Or is he going to finally make this break? That usually 3-year quarterbacks, they finally do.
That's the trend anyway.
Yeah. But we know Joe Mixon is out for the first 4 games.
Right.
He has not been cleared because of an ankle injury.
Right.
So they're going to be going with Nick Chubb, formerly of the Cleveland Browns.
Not a bad follow-up.
No, but it depends on how his knee is.
True.
Because remember, he came back from a very bad injury. Not to say that he can't come back, but that is very tough, especially we talk about running backs who took a heavy workload. He is one.
So what you're saying is they may be relying on Damian Pierce.
Quite possibly.
University of Florida.
That could happen. They have Nico Collins, who we'll have to wait to see about that.
Yes.
Also, a certain quarterback.
Very
close to our hearts here at the ODPH. 4 years, $96 million, Christian Kirk.
Wide receiver, you mean, not a quarterback.
Oh, he's a wide receiver. But, the contract is like a quarterback. That's what throws me off.
Like Houston did pick up the tab on that. Yeah, 4 years, $72 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Dalton Schultz is their tight end.
Yeah.
Defensively, they look as solid as ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, Will Anderson, Mario Edwards. They have a very, very good defense.
Yeah, it's not exactly lights out, and it's not going to go down in history as like one of the best defenses ever, but no, it's solid.
No, Daniel Hunter's there, so I mean they're doing okay.
Yeah.
But looking at the rest of that division, it's Houston, and then there is a drop.
This actually might be a Wile E. Coyote drop off a cliff.
Well, there's one team that might be a surprise, and that's the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
But then again,
they've got Danny Dimes as their starting quarterback.
Daniel Jones is their starting quarterback.
Over their quarterback they drafted a couple of years ago, Anthony Richardson.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot allegedlys. We'll just put the allegedlys.
Drafted him 2 years ago.
Well, he can't stay healthy.
Well,
that's the problem. Like how his style is, he's a mobile quarterback. He took some very bad injuries, and then he has not looked great since coming back from them.
Well, and then there was also that whole nonsense last year where he wanted to come out of the game in like crunch time.
That
raised a lot of red flags for folks.
There was a lot of question marks surrounding him.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I think they had to make a real tough call here.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out.
Okay.
I think Stain Stitchen and the team made the right call.
Okay.
I think with Daniel Jones, the one knock that we have had on him since day one, he has never had an offensive line.
True.
We don't know what he's capable of.
True.
Now, am I going to say he is going to be the franchise savior? No.
Probably not.
But what I will say is this will be a very solid team with him at the helm because he'll have a line to protect him. Now, am I going to say they're going to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But him with a decent offensive line like they have with Quentin Nelson and company, he's going to be showing what real potential he has, if any. And I'm not saying he does at this stage. But we'll finally get the true Daniel Jones we've been waiting to see since the Giants took him way back when. And I think with Jonathan Taylor there, his carries are going to go up because Richardson is not going to be stealing run plays from him. Pittman and Downs as the wide receivers and Warren as the tight end.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're okay.
Yeah.
But this team, as we've said, is the most boring team in football because they play everything fundamentally sound.
You ain't wrong.
You're going to get that, but now you're going to have a pocket quarterback instead of a mobile one.
Yeah.
So if you thought they were boring before,
get ready.
They're going to be worse.
For what it's worth, the Indianapolis Colts, and this is going from most to least, were 12th in the NFL in terms of sacks given up, and they gave up 32 sacks last year.
Yeah.
They were behind the San Francisco 49ers at 11, who had 36, and they were ahead of your Buffalo Bills.
Well, I mean, it is what it is there.
Yeah.
Like I say, they gave up a lot, but if they can rebound and give Daniel Jones some time.
We'll see. I mean, listen, it's low risk, high reward just because I think when they brought in Daniel Jones, nobody was really expecting anything, and everyone was kind of thinking, all right, he's a backup in case Anthony Richardson gets hurt again, because Anthony Richardson, let's remember, only played 11 games last year. And then, like we said, there was the whole thing with him coming out of the game or wanting out of the game, whatever. It was a backup.
Yeah.
But now your backup has got the keys to the convertible, and you've got to hope he can drive it down the highway and not wreck it or throw the engine out of the front of the car. So we'll see. He's got some pieces there, like you said, with Jonathan Taylor, always a solid running back. And then he's got, like you alluded to, decent wide receiver core. The only thing that concerns me is, one thing with the quarterbacks is, well, that didn't really concern, but he's got a phenomenal tight end in Tyler Warren from Penn State, who had a tremendous season last year. So heaven forbid something happens with the wide receivers. He's got a good security blanket to fall back on.
Yeah, just have to wait to see how he shows up in the pros, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like I say, Warren has potential.
Yeah, he does. 1,200 yards receiving last year.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So the rest of that league, though, I mean, we're not going to spend a ton of time here because honestly,
I mean, listen, not much has changed for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lawrence is still there. Etienne Jr. is still the running back. Brian Thomas Jr. One big thing, Travis Hunter. Will he play both sides of the ball? Will it be more one side than the other? We'll see.
I think what Liam Cohen and the team need to do is make sure he plays one side of the ball. Yeah. I understand Hunter is a phenomenal athlete. I get that.
Yeah.
And I think he will do some good things in Jacksonville while he's here. But I think if they are smart, they really kind of make sure he's following what Cohen wants to do, because Cohen is coming from Tampa Bay. He knows what to do with wide receivers to make them great.
Yeah.
I think that's where Hunter should focus on, because I think he does have that potential.
Yeah.
And like I say, him and Brian Thomas Jr. could be a very, very low-key dynamic duo at the wide receiver position.
Yeah.
But it all depends on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So if he can show up and ball out, they'll be fine.
He's got to show up. He's been touted out of college and how good he'll be and this and that. And, what has he shown for it? Whole lot of nothing, in my opinion.
Oh, exactly. That's the problem that they have. And Jacksonville is always one of those teams that's really on the way up. Can they do it? They have great young talent. They just can't put it together.
It's like the 76ers in basketball.
Legitimately, you can only trust the process here so much, and they're just not doing it. And I think this is going to be another repeat season.
Probably.
I know that a lot of people think that they're going to be a sleeper team to sneak in the playoffs. I don't see it, but it depends on what Trevor Lawrence we get.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter is going to help cover up a lot of those mistakes that happen.
Yeah.
But how much can he do? That's the big question. That's the big question.
Then you got the Tennessee Titans, who, hey, they got the number 1 pick with Cam Ward.
I mean, Tennessee, they're probably the worst team in the league right now.
It's up there.
It's bad. Then there's no way around it. So, I mean, obviously getting Cam Ward is going to help.
Yeah.
How much, I don't know.
I mean, he's got Pollard as the running back. Calvin Ridley is their wide receiver. Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson. Chig Okonkwo is their tight end. So, I mean, he's got some decent targets, but is he going to be able to, stay upright and be able to get the ball out? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I don't think they're there yet.
No.
This is not the Mike Vrabel team of old.
No.
This is a whole new team that's still trying to find their way. I still think they're a season or two away from really being something.
Especially with that defense. I mean, I'm looking at the defense. There's only a couple of names I recognize, and they're not exactly like, oh crap, that guy's on defense.
Yeah, I mean they have a solid defense, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not a shutdown.
Yeah.
And I think for this division they need a shutdown.
Absolutely. So for these 4 teams to start the season, you've got the Houston Texans open the regular season on the road playing the Los Angeles Rams. Week 2 will be on Monday Night Football. They'll be at home playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 3 will be on the road playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Week 4 will be at home playing the Tennessee Titans. For the Indianapolis Colts, they open the regular season at home playing the Miami Dolphins. Week 2 is at home playing the Denver Broncos. Week 3 is on the road playing the Tennessee Titans. Week 4 is on the road playing the Los Angeles Rams. Jacksonville Jaguars open the regular season at home against the Carolina Panthers. Week 2 is on the road playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 3 is at home playing the Houston Texans. And then Week 4 is on the road playing the San Francisco 49ers. Then you've got the Tennessee Titans who open the regular season on the road playing the Denver Broncos. Week 2 is the Los Angeles Rams. Week 3, that Rams game is at home. Week 3 is at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And then Week 4 is on the road playing the Houston Texans.
So there's not really much to talk about with that schedule for them, I would say. I think you and I are both in agreement. This is Houston's division.
Absolutely. And in fact, I'm not even going to run through how I'm going to think they're going to go. I think they're going to finish in the exact same positions they did last year.
I'm right there with you.
Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, and then Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't see really that much dramatic change except maybe one team, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, which, I mean, yeah, you could say.
We'll talk about it a little later.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least, we are heading to the West and breaking down the AFC West and all the high-profile drama going on there.
No kidding. So on the AFC West, you have the Kansas City Chiefs win the division and the number 1 overall seed in the AFC Conference, finishing 15-2. Los Angeles Chargers came in second place. They also clinched a playoff spot, going 11-6. Denver Broncos came in third place, also clinching a playoff spot, going 10-7. And then you had the Las Vegas Raiders finishing in last place, going 4-13.
So Kansas City has obviously been dominating this division for quite some time.
If you hated watching their games before, you ain't going to like them much this year.
No, I mean, I think obviously this year you might see the dynasty start falling a little bit. I think we have to be very realistic about a couple things.
Okay.
Travis Kelce won, minus the big announcement today.
Right.
Is not getting any younger. He is really dropped off.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that he is the dominant force that they need.
And he's tried explaining it away with like, oh, I was more focused on stuff outside football.
Yeah, he could try spinning it all he wants, but his father time has caught up to him.
35 years old, turns 36 here in about 2 months. Mm-hmm. About a month, give or take.
Yep. Patrick Mahomes, he's now entering that twilight era of his career.
Yeah, crazy to think of.
Yeah, but he's not been the dominant.
8 years in the NFL.
Yeah, but I was going to say he's not been the dominant fantasy
No.
Quarterback of old, but
No.
he wins games. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
The rest of this team, though, Pacheco is a very good running back. I wouldn't say he's a shutdown one.
No.
Rashid Rice has some legal issues. He will not be with them for the start of the season.
Juju Smith-Schuster, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. At this stage, Smith-Schuster, I'm not buying any stock in. Xavier Worthy, well, he's a speedster, so if you run streaks.
Yeah, he was
no
okay
catch.
his rookie year, but we'll see what happens, in his sophomore year.
Well, that's the whole thing. He's always been a speed guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's had a couple lucky catches. One should have got taken back during the Bills game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not bitter about that. I promise. And Hollywood Brown, you don't know what you're going to get at this stage either.
He's a solid receiver, but am I going to pick him up for fantasy? I mean, if I need a guy to plug and play on the weekly.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole
Am
thing.
Let's say this. Am I drafting him? No.
No, their defense is pretty much the same. I mean, Chris Jones is still there to anchor it.
As long as he's there, they'll be all right.
Yeah, but I'm saying for everything else on here, I'm not saying they're going to run away with the division.
No.
They'll be solid. They'll win games because Mahomes is that good.
As long as they got Mahomes, they're fine.
Right.
It's like Brady when he was with the Patriots. As long as they got Brady, they're fine.
But I do think, though, you're going to see a lot of changes in how this team looks.
Could be.
I don't think they're going to be the number 1 seed. I really don't.
Okay.
I think they'll win this division.
Right.
But it's going to be a lot closer than I think people realize.
Okay.
Then you go to one of the, I would say, largest question marks of the league.
Okay.
And that's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Goal, Chargers, goal.
Well, the thing about them is, for years, they've always had the potential on paper. They've had a lights-out offense. Justin Herbert's supposed to be the next coming. And they've never pulled it off.
Nope.
And I don't know if they're cursed. I don't know why. But they could have the greatest lineup of fantasy players in the history of mankind, and they still can't win. And remember the year they went 14-2 and got beat first round of the playoffs, like pretty much.
Yeah, I do.
So, you have to factor that in. And looking at this team, John Harbaugh is now fully established as the head coach.
Yep.
No question about that.
Yep.
He likes to run the ball.
This is true.
What do you do when you have Justin Herbert who likes to throw the ball? It's going to be a different dynamic with this team. I think now, especially, they went out, they got Najee Harris from Pittsburgh. They drafted Omarion Hampton, who's going to be a steal and for fantasy players.
Yep.
So they have a very solid 1-2 running punch.
Keenan Allen came back after his 1-year stint in Chicago.
And for what they need him for, he'll be a possession receiver. That's
it's a good third down guy.
Yeah. Ladd McConkey is he's going to be a breakout star, I think, but the problem is you got to give him the ball.
Yeah, I mean he had a solid first year, 82 catches, 1,149 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Right.
Real solid first year, but can you repeat it in your sophomore year?
Well, that's the whole thing, because if he can't, then it's all for nothing. I mean, you see how many players come in and they light up the league.
Yeah.
And with that said, it's like Jim Harbaugh, I apologize, I think I said John Harbaugh a minute ago, has got to utilize him better. And I don't know if Jim can.
Right.
Because Jim is very traditional in how he runs the football.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and his offense ain't sexy, that's for sure.
Right. Like I say, this is a very different look for the Chargers than we've seen.
Yeah.
So is it enough to get to the playoff? I mean, they did make a run last year, but as we saw in that playoff game, they did not look great.
No, they didn't.
So what has changed? And honestly, I haven't seen that much to say this team is that much more improved.
Right.
I really haven't.
Right.
Then you go to the Denver Broncos.
Oh, baby.
So, Pat, I'm going to ask you this question before we start breaking down their lineup.
Uh-huh.
There are some out there
that
are saying they're going to legitimately win the AFC West outright right now.
I see them contending for it, and I see them being in it for a lot longer than I think some might expect them to be, but I don't see them winning it. At least not yet.
I don't see that either. And I know that they had a surprise season last year, making the playoffs, losing first round to Buffalo.
Yeah.
But I don't see how this team is now ready to dethrone the Chiefs.
No.
Sean Payton, I mean, now it's starting to pan out there after a very rough start for him in Denver. Relying on Bo Nix, who played very well down the stretch.
Yeah.
But looking at this team, J.K. Dobbins is your running back.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton's back as wide receiver. Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Evan Ingram.
It's a solid weapon core there.
It's solid, but is when you have to benchmark yourself against Kansas City, is it enough?
No. If I'm going into a matchup with Kansas City 1-on-1, division on the line, I'm picking Kansas City.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I think that for anybody that's touting them that they're going to run away with the division, I understand they had a strong ending to last season, minus the playoff game.
Uh-huh.
I don't see this team really taking that next leap with what I'm seeing now.
They've got potential. I mean, I'm looking, kind of glancing at their whole schedule. They've got potential, but if they're going to do it, they've got to do it and get it done in the first half of the season, because the lucky thing for them, they got a late bye week. They got a bye week in week 12. So coming out of their bye week, here's who they face from, this is the end of November to the end of the year. So this is week 13 to the end of the year. On the road in Washington, on the road in Vegas, at home against Green Bay, at home against Jacksonville, on the road in KC, at home against the Chargers. Chargers. Mm-hmm. So that ain't easy coming out of the bye, but there's some potential in the first half of the season.
Yeah, there's definitely potential, but that's the thing. Is potential going to get you to playoffs?
Right.
And that, honestly, I don't know. And I can't say without a shadow of doubt that definitely it is.
I think they'll contend, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, but just the nonsense that I'm hearing. I'm sorry, and if I'm wrong, well, obviously I'll be the first one to say it here on the show.
Right.
But I'm not seeing this team dethroning Kansas City just yet. They'll be in the playoff talk, sure.
Right.
But I just don't see it with this team we have.
No.
The one team, though, I think is flying under a lot of radars is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Pete Carroll is now over there rebuilding this team, making it into something.
Got a deep quarterback room, that's for sure.
Well, Aiden O'Connell is out for about 6 weeks, I think, with a broken wrist. They just traded for Kenny Pickett.
Yep, Geno Smith is there.
Yep. Austin Genty, who is their number one draft pick this season.
Should be good.
He should be good. He is.
We know how Pete Carroll likes his running backs.
Exactly.
Unless it's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. Worst call ever in Super Bowl history.
Says you. I say it's the greatest call.
Yeah, I know you do.
I say it's the greatest call.
But they also got Amari Cooper to come back to the franchise.
Yeah. Did not see this coming.
Yeah, definitely didn't see that. But then again, when he was in Buffalo, didn't really light it up either.
Yeah.
So
They've also got Paul Heyman's favorite tight end, Brock Bowers.
Bowers is solid.
Yeah, he is.
So they have a nice little team over here.
Yeah.
And Max Crosby is still the captain of that defense.
Yep.
They're going to be playing with a lot of ruthless aggression, shall we say. And I think that's what they need to do. I think they're going to split the series with the Chiefs, in all honesty with you. Because I think that Carroll understands the assignment.
Yep.
And that is take down Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
If they steal both games on it and they can't do anything this season, because let's face it, they're not expected to, that's a bonus for them.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's what they need to instill to their fan base and the front office, that what they're doing here is working.
Sure.
Because I know that they were hearing a lot of heat that they didn't go get a quarterback as well.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Geno was incredible the last couple of years.
Geno is solid.
Career resurgence.
Yeah, with Pete Carroll, I mean, that's the thing. Pete knows how to utilize him the best. So
who knew? NFL's like MLB. Get them out of New York. They play great.
Yeah, and this is something we're going to really see him light it up. So there's a lot of upside to the Raiders this year. Like I say, I really think that they could be a sleeper team.
So looking at the schedules for these four teams, the first month of the year, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs opening their regular season at home against the Los Angeles Chargers at 8 o'clock on Friday, September 5th. That one will be on YouTube, folks. Don't think you're going to need anything special to get it other than, hey, access to YouTube. But if I'm wrong, I apologize. Next week is at home against, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, boy.
Let's get that rematch out of the way. Week 3, I'm going to be watching for all of the wrong reasons because it's going to be hysterical. They are on the road playing the New York Giants. That'll be on Sunday Night Football.
That's an 8 o'clock game?
That's an 8 o'clock game.
Oh, boy.
And it's before, and I think it's before they can flex the Sunday night games.
Boy.
So if you're a Giants fan, I'm going to be watching that for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that could be something special depending on what side of the social media side you're on.
And then week 4, as I alluded to earlier, they're going to be at home against the Baltimore Ravens. For the Los Angeles Chargers, they open the regular season, as I just alluded to, at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 2, on the road playing the Las Vegas Raiders. That one will be on Monday Night Football. Week 3 is at home against the Denver Broncos. Week 4 is on the road playing the New York Giants. That one could be fun to watch. Never know. Then you got the Denver Broncos, who open the regular season at home against the Tennessee Titans. Week 2 is on the road playing the Indianapolis Colts. Week 3 is on the road playing the Los Angeles Chargers. And then week 4 at home against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football. Then you got the Las Vegas Raiders, who, as I alluded to, open the regular season up in New England playing the Patriots. Week 2 is at home against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Week 3 on the road playing the Washington Commanders. Week 4 at home playing the Chicago Bears. So we'll see how those go.
Yeah, I mean, there's some marquee matchups there.
Yeah.
I do think the Kansas City New York one will be very, very fun to watch.
I'll be watching that for all the wrong reasons.
I mean, you never know. I was going to say, the fact they put them on there, that's kind of telling what they think of the Giants. I'm just putting that out there. But looking at this division, though, I still say reluctantly Kansas City wins it.
Yep.
I don't think there's any change there.
Yep.
I will say I do think that Denver could sneak in at number 2.
Okay.
And I do like the Raiders at 3.
Okay.
So I think, but where I'm going to want to make sure this is very well known, I think the separation between those 3 teams is going to be by a game or 2. I think they're going to be right around 500 for each of them.
Okay.
So I don't think this is going to be a runaway like the Raiders are 5-12 by any stretch of the imagination. I don't see that happening.
Right.
I think that you're looking at some 8-9 teams, 9-8s, 10-7s.
Right.
Like this is what this division is pretty much going to be. I think there's just too much talent between all 4 teams. but I think that that's kind of how it pans out.
Right. So for me, I've got obviously the Kansas City Chiefs winning this division. I'm going to say the Chargers finish in second place. The Raiders I'm going to have coming in third place. And
Okay.
then the Denver Broncos coming in last.
All right. Well, we broke down the South. We broke down the West. We're going to get one more breakout. Hit us up on the hashtag ODPH pod. Let us know what your teams are doing here if you have a team here. And we're going to come back, break down the AFC playoffs, and give you who is going to the Super Bowl representing the AFC in this ODPH NFL 2025 Preview Edition.
This is Tom from Tom Joe Lou,
This is Matt from Sideroom Sounds.
and you're listening to ODPH Podcast.
Wanna go where no one knows my name, to the desert, the oceans, or the plains. 'Cause I wanna.
Coming back for the final segment on this AFC NFL 2025 Preview Edition of the ODPH podcast. We've broken down all the divisions. We've talked about fantasy football a little bit. But now is time to say, Pat, who is punching their tickets to the playoffs and who is going to the big game in February?
So obviously my 4 division winners are the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the Houston Texans, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Joining them with those 3 wildcard positions, I've got the Los Angeles Chargers, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Las Vegas Raiders. And who do I have making the Super Bowl? Well, I think conventional wisdom, especially given the news today, would say, oh, it's going to be Kansas City. They're going to really cement the script, and they're going to get married at the 50-yard line after the game is over.
I swear it's going to be like SummerSlam.
Listen, you said that after the last during the last season when they got together, and they're like, oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to get engaged at the 50-yard line, and then the Eagles punched them in the mouth. Thank God. No, I don't think it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I think, listen, they're good. They'll contend, but I think they're kind of in that twilight period the Patriots were in, where they went like 10 years before they made it back to they won another Super Bowl. They've got to adjust. They've got to make some changes, and I don't know if they've figured out quite yet what to do to make those changes. They're still good enough to contend, and I still think they'll make a deep run in the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to make a run all the way to the Super Bowl. And who do I see making the Super Bowl out of that division? I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. That's a very solid pick, Pat. I will give you that. I think for my division winners, obviously we had the same ones, I believe.
Yes,
we had Buffalo coming out of the East.
Yep.
Baltimore out of the North, out of the South, Houston by default.
Yep.
And Kansas City reluctantly.
Yep.
For my playoff teams, though,
Okay.
I'm going to take New England.
Oh, all right.
I am taking Indianapolis.
Okay.
And I'm taking the Broncos.
Oh, all right.
I think as much as conventional wisdom would tell me to take the Bengals in that final spot, I really don't think they're going to hold up on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to lose some games close.
Sure.
And I just think that Joe Burrow can only throw the ball so many times and win a game.
Sure.
I just don't think they have enough to really contend for that. I think that Indianapolis with Daniel Jones, you're going to see a much improved team. And I think they're going to win some games they shouldn't.
Okay.
Because I think that fundamentally sound, that's what you are. They're going to bore you to sleep, but they're going to get a W here and
All
there.
right.
So,
all right.
And then with Denver, I think they have enough to contend. Like I say, that whole division is going to be the most competitive in football. I do think the AFC West.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But then it ultimately comes down, in my opinion, to 3 teams, and that's it. I think Kansas City is going to contend again.
Sure.
I think they're going to be in that spot for the number 1 seed. It depends with Baltimore on one factor, and that's Derrick Henry.
Uh-huh.
If Derrick Henry starts slowing down in, let's say, week 5, 6,
Sure.
they're going to be in problems for a long-term run to the playoffs. No pun intended.
Uh-huh.
So I think this is ultimately going to the Bills and Chiefs for the AFC Championship.
God help us all.
And I think this is finally the year that Josh Allen and company punched their tickets.
You heard it here, folks.
I know I don't usually go with my team.
You don't.
Because I'm superstitious as all can be.
Yes, you
But I fully think this year, as it stands right now, this is probably the strongest Bills team they've had.
Yeah.
They have a lot of team players.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much of the distractions of the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they made a lot of smart moves as far as free agents and draft picks. I mean, Maxwell Harrison, if he can show some flashes of brilliance, He's going to be a great cornerback. They got Tre'Davious White, who wants to come back. They might shift him to safety, which I think would be a better fit. I know they just cut Dane Jackson.
Yep.
But Bedford, he's the guy you want to go to anyway.
Yeah.
They have made some very, very smart moves as far as the defensive side. The only thing that would put them over the hump, in my opinion, is if they went and traded some number ones, maybe an Ed Oliver for a Micah Parsons.
Sure.
Because I think with Joey Bosa coming there, which we haven't talked about, if he can stay healthy,
True.
he can be a game changer in his own right. I think that the Bills are due. And I think that the Chiefs will go in there, and it's going to be like the old days when it was Manning and Brady again. This is the standard we have. But eventually, Manning got one over on Brady.
Yep.
And I think that now, with how this team is matched up against a very older Chiefs team that is coming off a very bad Super Bowl loss, and they don't look as hungry to get back. They kind of feel like they're just going to go back.
Right.
Where the Bills seem more ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
I just think they're going to wind up pulling it off. I think it's going to be a 28-24 win for the Bills.
Okay.
And then we go to the Super Bowl and see what happens. So
where is the Super Bowl this year? I don't even know.
I want to say Vegas, but I know that we're talking too much WWE and then thinking everything's going back there. But in all honesty, I think the AFC is going to really contend.
It's in Levi Stadium.
Oh, that's right. It's in San Francisco.
San Fran.
Because everybody's trying to do the Taylor Swift theory about all that nonsense. Which, listen, even if she does perform there, I don't think it's not going to matter one bit or another.
No.
I think the Bills, if this is it, this is their window. And I think that they're going to be tied up with some cap problems coming up. And I think that you're going to see some teams like a Denver on the rise. You're going to see the Chargers on the rise. And the Patriots are going to be a team that's going to be, if they don't make the playoffs this year, like I say, they'll be there next year.
I mean, listen, after the last couple of years, if they make 500, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
If they are in contention for the playoffs, I'll be over the moon. If they make the playoffs, listen, don't care how the year ends, it's a success.
Yeah, agreed.
After the last year they had and the last couple, listen, I'll take what I can get.
There's a lot of stuff that could happen there, and that's one thing I think we all have to keep an eye on for moving forward. There's going to be a lot of great storylines kicking off, and when the season starts in just 10 days, I believe.
A couple days, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. Definitely hit us up on that hashtag. Let us know your thoughts, and obviously we will be talking locks and leaps with everybody as well, too, so you want to make sure you're following the Facebook page to see who is taking home the chip for your content creator #1 pick of locks and leaps. That all said, for anything and everything that is the ODPH, you can find it at odphpodcast.com. That's it for part 1 of the NFL preview. So for Padawan Jay.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Kenem. I'll say it because he didn't. Fuck the Astros. Thank you as always for listening to the ODPH podcast. We'll see you next episode.
It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old-time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. left and swiping right on people you could know.